Yeah, welcome to Attack of the Show. Where do we start, you know? How about South Park winning a Peabody? No, seriously, that's right. The award for excellence in media has been handed down to a show starring a talking piece of crap. Yeah, let that simmer. We're going to discuss that and their recent swipes at the Family Guy. Plus, can 2 million website hits score you a three-way? Well, we've got the story of the one lucky man who could possibly answer yes to that very question. And you know her, you love her. She's a WWE diva, a Playboy cover girl, and a GoDaddy spokesmodel. She's Candice Michelle. All this, plus a live performance by special guests, the Bangkok Five. Now compose yourself, kids. It's time for Attack of the Show.
Pick up on this.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome to
Attack of the Show.
It is Attack of the Show. It's Thursday, April 6th. I'm Kevin Pereira.
And I'm Sarah Lane.
How you doing, Sarah?
I'm doing good, Kevin.
Good. Last night, you watch any of the television?
Sure did.
I watched plenty.
I think we're speaking the same language, Kevin.
We definitely are, because last night was just another big night for Comedy Central South Park. Huge.
Love that show.
Best episode in a long time. You know, South Park has really taken on everything from Walmart to Scientology. Last night, they added rival show Family Guy to the laundry list. Last night's show opened with the town in panic, as you see, because an episode of Family Guy was going to show an animated version of Muhammad, which, as you know, it's kind of a big no-no for the Muslims. Now, it's hard to say who the target really is, though, because South Park itself once featured an animated Muhammad. So when last night's episode showed a Muslim cleric saying, "Oh, we're so super pissed off at Family Guy, it's not even that funny of a show," the joke is kind of both on Family Guy and it's kind of on South Park itself.
Right.
Really, really weird the way they did that. And things kept going on in this vein the entire episode. Matt Stone and Trey Parker, they kept taking swipes at Family Guy, calling it poorly written. They were saying that the jokes were interchangeable and irrelevant. Some pretty sharp stuff. Watch.
You think that's bad? Remember when I auditioned to be David Hasselhoff's car? Hey there, Knight Rider.
After those bad guys, Kit.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
That's pretty
I like
like
that.
Family Guy. They also found time to skewer Comedy Central's decision to pull South Park's Scientology episode. And the show's ability to really pull off this kind of stuff is what, get this, earned them a Peabody Award. Yeah.
And they weren't joking.
No, not at all. That's right. The last night, the Peabody Awards, which are normally given for excellence in broadcasting and entertainment, they honored the foul-mouthed cartoon, calling it notoriously rude and undeniably fearless lampoon of all that is self-important and hypocritical in American life. Quite an honor.
Really?
Quite an honor.
I wish someone would say that about us.
Exactly. We aim for that. Hey, we don't exactly hit it, though. They left the mark. We do have to admit, though, the Peabody Awards, they've gotten pretty sweet in the past few years. They used to mainly give these things out to, like, documentaries and PBS kids shows, but now shows like The Daily Show and South Park, even Battlestar Galactica, they're picking them up, so kudos to them. Real good.
Congrats.
Yes, us here at Attack of the Show, however, patiently awaiting.
And it'll come. It'll
One of these
happen.
days, one of these years,
No doubt, no
we'll be
doubt.
canceled before that.
Word to the wise, ladies out there, listen up. Don't tease your fella about the size of his bandwidth.
Heyo.
Let me explain. A young lady named Allison, who understandably prefers not to reveal her last name, learned that lesson the hard way.
Oh, yeah.
Allison bet her boyfriend Jim a menage a trois, everybody knows what that is, if his page got 2 million hits. She didn't think it would. His site then vaulted from 50,000 visits to the required 2 million overnight, which means Jim won.
God bless him.
What a story, huh?
Yeah, it's a great story, but we wanted to know if Allison kept up her end of the bet.
Sure, because a lot of girls would be like, well, no.
Whatever. Those weren't unique hits. You know,
Right,
girls
yeah,
are all
sure,
about
sure.
the...
I don't do that.
Yeah. So we got Jim on the phone from an undisclosed location to give us the dirt. Jim, are you there?
I am. How's it going?
It's going very well. The question is, how's it going for you, my friend?
It is going fantastic, but it's not quite there yet.
Okay, so you got the 2 million hits, but you haven't sealed the deal. She hasn't lived up to her end of the contract yet.
Well, exactly. We're still on the lookout for a third. We have some girls who are interested, but we're kind of sifting through them all. What do you think about that, Sarah? You want to join in?
Wow.
In the sifting process, I'm assuming.
You know, given it's a funny day to ask this of all days. Yeah, Jim, call me. We could probably work something. I know some girls. I know some really nice girls.
Well, Jim, you're coming to us from an undisclosed location. Why the secrets? How's Sarah supposed to even know where to show up?
Good point.
Well, whenever we talk to the third, we'll work it out. Don't worry about that. I just didn't want everybody knocking on my door and
all the
I don't know,
girls
giving me a
knocking
high
down his
five.
door.
Yeah, exactly. You know, because it's always those women that are looking for the threesome and they just can't find the guy who's willing to participate. Has she thrown you a curveball and been cruising the guys on the MySpace at all?
No, that was strictly against the rules.
Okay, so you had it completely in writing, right?
It's only women.
Good man.
He's made it clear, women only.
Jim, congratulations. That's really awesome. We're going to send you some complimentary warming sensations just to really get the party going. Remember, do some stretches first. We don't want you to pull a hammy. That's our advice for you, Jim.
The worst.
Well, I appreciate that, guys.
All right, thanks for joining us, buddy. Best of luck.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks.
We look forward to the pictures and DivX. I'm sure they'll all be posted online very shortly.
Jim.
You know, Brendan, once again, is joining us in his usual position on the old couch today.
Yeah,
Isn't that
hey,
odd?
look at him.
Hey,
what
what's
are you
up,
doing?
Brendan?
I'm on the couch.
He is because Sarah and Brendan are leaving us, my friends.
Yes.
Big off from the crew.
Sorry.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
No.
The crew's like, Ferrer, give me my $1 at the commercial break.
Come on. No. I'm gonna miss you guys. Like seriously, I'll miss the both of you. It's been what, like 12 years? Weren't you guys? You were.
I was born
you were
on the
birthed on the set.
Screensavers and grew up on Attack of the Show.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's good.
5 years for me.
Really?
But I go way back. I go back farther than I really want to divulge right now.
Yeah. We've actually, you guys have done so much, even just on Attack of the Show, however, that we wanted to break down some of your key stats, a little bit of facts and figures, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Just a little going away gift. If you will.
All right.
Sarah has covered 1,553 breaking news items in the feed. Not bad. While Brendan has logged in 15,000 frequent flyer miles while crisscrossing the country. Not bad.
Yeah, he's going
Not
to pay
bad.
for our trip.
And while Sarah was with us, she unearthed more than 150 gems of the internet. Brendan, by contrast, has pretended to be, has actually made 26 nerd conventions interesting enough to put on television. Which is
That's saying
Thank you.
something.
That was my goal all along.
you made us all proud.
That and to
Brendan.
insult people.
Finally, Sarah has fielded at least 700 disturbing and grammatically tragic marriage proposals through our web form at attacktheshow.com.
And death threats.
Many.
Many.
And what's great is
Lots of both.
you forward the good ones along, which is really nice for the rest of the team to get a read.
Yes, actually. So for all of you who've written into me, you've shared it with Kevin and Brendan and the rest of the crew here.
Yes, you have.
Thanks for all the laughs.
And at roughly 12 pieces a day, fun fact, this year, Brendan Moran has chewed more than 200 packs of gum.
And he's got the TMJ to prove it.
Right. How's it feel, Brendan? How's it feel, buddy?
It feels great. I feel minty fresh now,
wanna-
Kevin.
Do you want to hug it out? A little hug goodbye?
No,
No?
I don't, Kevin. I'd rather hug my new wife.
Oh!
Not
More
quite
on that
yet,
later,
honey.
folks.
Yeah.
Way to tease.
Yeah, thank you.
Television to the end, my friends. It's
I'm
Brendan Moran.
blushing.
All right, coming up after the break, WWE diva Candice Michelle. Is that the new one? Not bad. She's here live. So prepare to politely ogle. And stick around because you'll get to meet the new AOTS co-host later on in the show. Big show today. Watch it all.
Welcome. I am Dr. Jay Hopkins of the Dorkma Initiative, and this is another Lost viewer orientation. Let us begin with last night's episode, episode 206, Dave. It was a rather thin episode. Get it? Hurley? Thin? Hurley's fat. Anyway, first incident, the Polaroid picture of Hurley and his quote-unquote imaginary friend Dave, taken by Hurley's doctor during Hurley's stay at a mental institution. It was used as proof of Dave's non-existence. However, upon closer inspection, two key elements don't hold up. First, when we see the photo taken, it's clearly daylight. In the developed photo, however, the windows behind Hurley are dark. Also, all of the other inmates who were clearly visible behind Hurley and Dave at the time the photo were taken are curiously absent from a developed picture. This seems to suggest that two photos were taken at two different times and that perhaps Dave did exist. Seeing as Libby was also clearly an inmate in the asylum, the Institute's connection to Dharma cannot be denied. Furthermore, when we see Libby at the end of the episode, make sure they didn't use beef stock. Leo! You even listening? Honestly. Incident 3. Hurley's accident. We find out from the doctor that Hurley was involved in an accident where a deck collapsed, killing 2 people. The facts around this incident are suspicious since they echo the mysterious number sequence 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42. 23 people were on the deck. The deck was only built to hold 8. That's 15 over the limit. Plus Hurley, that makes 16. And that is all. Again, I am Dr. J. Hopkins, and on behalf of the Dorkma Initiative, I thank you for your participation in Lost. Good day.
She's made jaws drop with her GoDaddy.com commercials. She drops elbows for the WWE, and most recently, she dropped the drawers in this month's Playboy. Thank you so much. Now the lovely Candice Michelle drops by to take on her most intimidating challenge yet, an interview on Attack of the Show. That's me. Candice, welcome. Welcome to the show.
You.
Thank you for being brave enough to really sit on the couch with me. I know I'm very intimidating in person. Playboy. Okay, WWE wrestling, that's hot. I want to talk about something that actually really turns me on, though, that really gets me going, and that is domain registration.
Ooh, nice. That's hot.
Just when I think about it, the .coms, URL redirecting, you name it.
Yep.
I mean, you did these GoDaddy.com commercials. Tell me about these.
Well, my first one was 2 years ago at the Super Bowl, and it's really just changed my life.
I mean, you blew up almost overnight. Everybody knew you were the face of GoDaddy.
And it was literally overnight. Like, the next morning I woke up and I listened to my voicemail, and there was 27 some odd messages. I was like, whoa, what just happened?
Were they asking if website names were available, or were they just like, hey, sorry, it was cool?
No, they just wanted a date.
That's awesome.
No, just kidding. Just interviews, radio shows, news stations. Yeah, so it was very exciting for
now,
me.
some of the commercials kind of racy, a little bit, maybe a top coming off here or there. Now, other commercials, I know that a bunch were like banned. They had to keep going through different versions of them, but some were banned for really stupid reasons, right?
Yeah, no, we actually tried to submit 13 different commercials for this year's Super Bowl. The 14th one finally made it, but different reasons that it didn't make it. Maybe it was my strap popping on some of them, but some of them was you couldn't say account executive, you could only say ad executive. And we're like,
who comes up with this stuff? Are they throwing darts at a little board of reasons why we don't want this commercial?
You think they would, because there's no manual, there's no rights and wrongs. I think we're just kind of under the radar from last year's commercials. And I mean, they pick literally from second 17 to 18. You have to take that out.
Wow. 3 edits. Well, you got it on the 14th try, so congratulations.
Totally, thank you.
Now, of course, I have to ask about the WWE Diva thing, because this is huge. But and with all due respect, isn't it just pillow fighting with turnbuckles? I mean, you're not really wrestling.
Well,
you're not really.
This is pillow fighting. No.
Okay, you got me. You got me.
No, just kidding. We throw the pillow fighting in there to make it, a little bit more sensual.
It works.
Yeah.
I haven't been. I'm telling you, I haven't been as aroused watching WWE since Triple H got in the ring.
And the lingerie doesn't really hurt,
Not at all.
to make it less sensual. But at the same time, we're still taking the same clotheslines, the same chops, the same slaps in the face, the same headlocks. Everything's the same. I still have permanent whiplash.
But you make it far more enjoyable to watch. I have to admit.
We try. We try to make it a little bit more on the girl, esque version of it.
You do, and you do it well. And your signature move, I want to say this right, the Candylicious.
Yeah, the Candylicious.
Sounds delightful.
To me, it's delightful. To the opponent, not so delightful.
Well, now, did you get to come up with the move itself, or did you get to name it at least? Like, how does this work?
Yeah, it works. We got a lot of input on it, and for me, it's been a little bit harder to come up with, that signature move, because I didn't go to wrestling school. So I've been watching other moves and things I think, I could do that, or I could do that really well. Well, I can wrap my legs around somebody's head pretty darn well. So I learned that if I did that and flipped over the side of the rope, I could kind of choke a person out, and then just enough time to flip over and make it look kind of cool at the same time.
You talented athlete, I must say. All right, and finally, we have to get to this reel here. This little bit of a magazine here of some sorts. I'm not familiar with it, but I hear the articles are fantastic. You were in the Playboy recently, which means you have all access to the grotto now, right? You can get in anytime?
Yeah, I think that does come along with being on the cover.
So, can we tag team some playmates sometime, perhaps?
Wow.
I can drop kick half, whatever it's going to take. Is that?
Well, you might have to practice that drop kick a little bit, but
Gladly. If I get out of hand, just submit me with the Candylicious, and I promise that I'll be quiet.
I like that a little better.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for
Really
having
appreciate it.
me.
It's a pleasure to talk
Thank
to you.
you.
Everybody, if you can't get enough Candice, you can catch her on WWE Raw Monday nights at 9 on the USA Network. And be sure to catch Candice at CandiceMichelle.com. Still ahead, our resident comic book critic Blair Butler weighs in on the latest releases and another edition of Fresh Ink. Stick around. We hate sending you out to the comic shops without a game plan, which is why we review this week's newest titles and a little something we call Fresh Ink.
Sprinkler.
Blair, what's on the old agenda?
This week, we're going to visit Kevin Eastman, the man who brought us the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He gave us a peek into his private life, and it's completely like Cribs for big nerds like me.
Hey, Kevin Eastman here. Come on into my studio. I got some fun stuff to show you. Come on in.
Ah, yes. Kevin Eastman, the mad scientist who brought us the Ninja Turtles and owner of Heavy Metal magazine, is definitely living the dream. Eastman is constantly cooking multiple projects, and he keeps the machine going in a garage turned studio that would make most grown comic fans weep with envy.
Hey guys, this is it. This is my studio. This is where it all happens. This is where all the magic that is Kevin Eastman studio.
I'm crying a little right now.
Series of storyboards for the first live-action movie. It'll be a live-action heavy metal movie called Fistful of Blood. Comics are a very simplified director's chair. I'm pretty excited to direct my first feature.
And if you think the place is missing a woman's touch, think again.
I'm Julie Strain, Queen of the Bee Movies. I'm painted by all the artists in the world, all the great, fabulous artists of today.
Thank you, Kevin and Julie, for welcoming us into your ultimate nerd fantasy.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Woohoo! Bye-bye.
Love the Eastman.
Yes.
Love
Good
the
guy.
Turtles.
Good guy.
All right, let's get to the comics.
All
That's why
right.
we're really here. The
Yes.
ink on the pages with the superheroes
And
the kapows.
Exactly, the kabows. This week we start out with Aquaman, Sword of Atlantis, number 41. Issue number 40 sold out everywhere. Now we're in issue 41. Why did it sell out? Well, they're trying to, for lack of a better word, butch Aquaman up again. Aquaman, yeah.
Why is this guy still around?
They've tried to make him tougher in the past. The worst example of this, in my mind, was when Aquaman, who speaks to fish, his hand was eaten by a piranha and was replaced with a harpoon, with a little harpoon hand. And then the fans were like, he has a harpoon hand? So they gave him a hand made of hard water. Hard water.
I get that with Irish Spring.
Yes.
Like, that's not really intimidating.
Yes.
That's not impressive.
Now he is a young man who looks kind of like Gunnar Nelson.
He looks like a bassist from Megadeth or something.
Right.
It's a little ridiculous.
Right. He is back. And, you know, I want to love Aquaman. I'm just not feeling this.
Okay, Blair, what's the verdict? Is this a buy, a browse, or are we burning this bad boy?
Aquaman, Sword of Atlantis, number 41. He's still dorky, so it's just a browse.
Thought we were setting it ablaze.
He's so lame. Why is he so lame?
So, what's up, Fish?
No superhero should wear orange. Orange is a horrible color when you're saving people. It inspires anger.
Let's move it on
immediately.
to Moon Knight number 1.
Right. Moon Knight number 1. This is Marvel is relaunching a character there. It's from the 80s and 90s. It's dark. It's gritty. And that art looks a little McFarlane-esque.
A little
I
bit.
have to see.
I thought it was Spawn. You're flipping through.
Yeah, no, you know, a lot of people, I think David Finch, he did the New Avengers, which is a book I'm not super crazy about, but this, his art in this is like really detailed and intricate and reminds me of all those guys from the 90s, like McFarlane and Rob Liefeld. But don't take that as an insult, David, because I actually think it really worked in this comic, in the context of this comic. He's a dark, gritty superhero. He's fighting crime, but one of my biggest complaints about superheroes lately is all the first issues are like, kid gets powers, learns how to use powers. This one is like, dude has lost his powers. He's a broken, crushed man. And I like broken, crushed men. So I have to say...
You'll love me.
Yeah, for this one, it's a buy, especially because they sort of justify the lamest transportation vehicle ever, the Crescent Copter.
It is a purchase. All right, Planetary number 25, our last comic.
Right.
I have a gripe with this, but continue. Please tell me about it.
Well, okay, then we're gonna disagree. So Planetary
It's about these guys who are almost like the X-Files. They're sort of superhumans who investigate mysterious occurrences. But all these mysterious occurrences are basically riffs on pop culture elements. They've had an issue that was sort of about Tarzan. They had hardcore, like, John Woo movies.
And this one's about a cheap ripoff of the Death Star, right? 'Cause
No,
what's that doing in this comic?
It's almost like a Destroyer of Worlds riff, but basically these paranormal investigators, they're fighting an evil version of the Fantastic Four, which, if you've seen the movie, really is gratifying to read, I have to say, because that. So, for people who have been reading this series, this is an absolute buy. If you have not been reading this series, go back and buy the first trade paperback, because I think this is one of the smartest comics out there today,
Really?
and it's almost over. This is like the second or third to last issue.
So if you missed the bandwagon, don't ignore it. Hop on it at an earlier issue.
Hop on
and
an
get
earlier
it.
issue, otherwise you'll pick this up and be like, Blair, what are you talking about? I don't understand.
All right, Planetary number 25, a buy, not bad.
Yes, it is.
Miss Butler, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for
As
having me.
always. Everybody, as usual, you know the drill. Be sure to check out attackoftheshow.com for links to all the wonderful toys, or comics, as they call them. Stay put, folks. We've got the news that truly matters to you in the feed, plus sports betting in the nerdiest way possible. We have a visit from our resident numbers man, Jimmy the Geek. Stay tuned.
She cannot stand being around me because I get all the attention and people really don't care about her.
Oh, snap!
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the show, which is much more live than you'd expect, really. This thing is live. Coming up in this half hour, you'll get a first look at my lovely new co-host and Attack of the Show's resident gambling guru, Jimmy the Geek, tees off on the Masters Tournament. Plus, it's Live Music Thursday, presented by Dentine Ice, which means a live performance by the Bangkok Five. But now it's time for a woman that makes me want to be a better man. Yeah, Sarah Lane.
Aw, Kev. All right, buckle up. It's today's top news, and I break for no one. New wave music pioneer Thomas Dolby is considering suing music oddity Kevin Federline for copyright infringement after the aspiring rapper sampled Dolby's 1983 smash hit, She Blinded Me with Science. After hearing the expletive-filled track, Dolby expressed his distaste by saying, quote, "It's like what Vanilla Ice did with Ice Ice Baby, although I think Vanilla Ice is a superstar compared to this guy." Oh. Ouch. In automotive news, the blog World Car Fans has spy photos of what appears to be a Nissan Skyliner GTR test model. Now, the outside is cobbled together from parts of an Infiniti G35 coupe, but inside the Skyliner packs 450 horsepower, a twin turbocharged V6, and all-wheel drive. I don't know what any of that means. And a slightly less butch, but more environmentally friendly development, Dodge confirms that its 2008 Durango SUV will pair an electric motor with a Hemi V8. The power plant was developed by GM, Daimler Chrysler, and BMW's joint hybrid development project venture. No word yet on the new Durango's mileage. All right, in other news, Microsoft announced today that it plans to triple the number of Xbox 360 games it will offer in Japan by the end of this year. The move is said to be an attempt to boost low 360 sales in Japan. And if they weren't busy enough, the company has also purchased UK-based game developer Lionhead Studios. Under this deal, Lionhead, which is best known for adventure games like Fable, will develop titles exclusively for the Xbox 360 and PCs that use Microsoft's Windows operating system. Now, good news for lonely astronauts. This week in Nevada, Maxim magazine unveiled a 75 by 110-foot display of Eva Longoria that can be seen from space. The giant vinyl mesh replica of Maxim's January 2005 cover is in honor of the magazine's 100th issue. Aww. And finally, thieves in South Bend, Indiana, have been stealing oven doors and hawking them on the street to unsuspecting customers. In one recent case, a woman got what she thought was a bargain, of course, having talked the vendor down from $500 to $300. Sadly, later in the day, when she unwrapped the packaging, she found a cord, a controller, and an oven door. Yeah. And that's the feed. In the immortal words of Tom Brokaw, I'll see you along the way. And now the only person with the patience to interview our resident numbers man, Jimmy the Geek, it's Brendan.
He cashed in with a successful football season, went on to hold his own during March Madness, And now he's looking forward to the games of summer. He's the only gambling guru who gets insider info from video games. Ladies and gentlemen, live from Las Vegas, it's Jimmy the Geek. How are you there, Jimmy?
Brandy, I feel like I just pissed in the sink and the wife didn't catch me, AKA doing great, baby.
Well, that's just terrific. Jimmy, what do you got for us?
It's the tournament unlike any other. I'm talking about the Masters, baby. Brandy, for me, golf is like a stacked 19-year-old. I know it's wrong, but I just can't stay away. You know what I'm talking about, babe.
I can say with absolute certainty that I don't. But why don't you continue?
Let me break it down for you like this. Betting on someone to win a golf tournament is like trying to figure out which one of my kids is gonna piss me off first in the morning. Effort in freaking futility, baby.
Jimmy, does that mean we're not betting?
What are you, one of those spastics, Brandy? Of course we're betting, babe. Here we go with the odds to win the 2006 Masters. Brandy, this is my quickest breakdown ever of the also-rans. Phil's fat, Ernie's back, VJ's putter, and Sergio's brain. Scratch them all and take Tiger at 2-1. Being obvious and right is always better than being wrong, Brandy. And my research shows that Tiger is playing so well lately that he must be finally sick of his wife. And that's great news for us, babe. Sell a kidney or two and take this bet. It's Lock City, and I just want a seat as alderman.
Tiger sick of wife. Jimmy, alderman of Lock City. Got it. What else?
Brandy, here in Sin City, we only have minor league baseball, which is kind of like watching a bunch of 4s and 5s model lingerie. Not Jimmy's cup of scotch there, Brandy. As for the real thing, who will win the 2006 World Series? Brandy, the top two names are the only ones we care about. Once again, the South Bronx and Flushing Meadows go to war. But F the subway, call this one the Van Wyck to the Cross Bronx Expressway Series. Look for the Yankees to roll New York's version of a red-headed stepchild in 5 games. A-Rod is your MVP, and order is finally restored to the baseball universe.
Jimmy, I'm a little disappointed you're not showing any love for my Cubbies.
Brandy, the day the Cubbies win the World Series is the day I quit gambling and start raising frickin' alpacas. It just ain't gonna happen, babe.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Jimmy, it has been my pleasure to talk with you.
I know it has, Brandy. I know it has.
You take care. That is Jimmy the Geek, live from Las Vegas. Now, we'll be right back. Can you say the same? We've got a live performance from musical guest Bangkok 5. And we visit a competition that takes the term overly elaborate to new levels. Rube Goldberg devices go head-to-head. Next.
The Feed is brought to you by the U.S. Navy. Navy, accelerate your life.
An old cartoonist named Rube Goldberg had a thing for impossibly complicated machines performing simple tasks. Think the game Mousetrap, but on a larger scale. Well, his ideas have caught on, and a competition has been built up around it. Our Attack of the Show Toyota Camry Road Report heads to Indiana for the event. Welcome to West Lafayette, Indiana, home of Purdue University and the 2006 Rube Goldberg competition, also known as the Midwest's largest gathering of engineering nerds. See, the Rube Goldberg competition is an annual chance for college kids to display their engineering prowess with required pop culture references.
This is our Rube project, and it's we have as a Monster Garage theme.
It started kind of as a joke, then we thought we should all dress up like the characters of Office Space, so I had my head shaved. I'm Samir.
Oh wait, so you're the Samir character?
Yeah.
You're not the main white dude?
No.
But I get it now. The idea is to make a simple thing, in this case shredding paper, complicated. The tougher the better. Tell me what happened.
Basically, it's a day in the life of a student at school. He wakes up early in the morning, realizes that he's late for school, so he has to hit his snooze button, get breakfast, and ends up running through school where we blow up a balloon. The Purdue hammer hits the golf ball, hole in one. Our bicycle drops 5 pieces of paper into our shredder, completing the task in 215 steps.
What about the step that lets you sleep in and miss class? Is that in here?
This is our machine called Baby Genius. It's a toy theme, basically. We start off by pressing a phone, drops a marble down a ramp, that hits a pin, that kicks a boot, that pulls a trigger on a gun, shoots a marble up onto the target right there. The fan blows the boat across and then pulls the first door.
That's all gonna work like pie, right?
That's all gonna work. It's gonna work perfect.
Anyway. And your 2006 Rube Goldberg Grand Champion, the hometown favorite, Purdue University. How's it feel?
It's awesome. It's very exciting.
Is it heavy?
This? Yeah, pretty heavy.
Fail out of school in order to make this happen?
Actually, I did have to change my major in the middle of last semester. I used to be a construction management major, religious studies now, so.
Well, if we've learned one thing today, it's that these engineering students have way too much time on their hands.
You're gonna have some free time on your hands, aren't you?
I will.
Yeah?
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You're not certainly not gonna travel. You're done doing that, right?
I'm done traveling and getting paid darn good money to do it, too. Now I'll just travel and be just a hobo, like I've always dreamed.
Well, you look the role, my friend. I'm gonna miss you.
Yep.
Everybody, coming up after the break, musical guests, the Bangkok Five, rock us like they know we need to be rocked. Yeah.
Now, please welcome the Bangkok Five.
Well, the friends of Duke, it's hard to be honest. You put your pretty mind on all the truth that you found, yeah. You're the type of girl that don't get hung on those things. You just need to get off and then you're off of that scene. What you said to me, you gotta ride everywhere that you are. It's going on, everything that you do. It's going on. How from Newtown to Houston, from South Bronx to Compton, it's all everywhere. Right. You pick the world on fire every night. You say that makes a new black. The fire never arrives. Raise the chops a little, never out to the pit. Keep up, look at your watch, cause she knows you're not rich. What you said to me in the world of moonlight. You know I tried to make it. You know I tried. Everywhere that you are, it's going on. Everything that you do, it's going on. Out from Newtown to Austin, South Bronx to Compton, it's all everywhere that you are, it's going on. Everything that you do, it's going on. Out from Newtown to Austin, South Bronx. temptation, you can have it all. So why not surrender? Temptation gets you to your fall. Oh, temptation, 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 temptation. Push on the wall. Everywhere that you are, it's going on. Everything that you do, it's going on. Now from Eton to Austin, South Bronx to Compton, it's all. Everywhere that you are, it's going on. Everything that you do, it's going on. How everywhere. Like the runway. Steps out the way. How
Alright, the Bangkok 5, everybody. Be sure to check out the Bangkok 5's album, Who's Gonna Take Us Alive, on the shelves in March, and visit attackoftheshow.com for a lot more information on these guys. Now stay where you are, we got some red couch coziness and more from Bangkok 5 coming up next.
Awkward. Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, this moment kind of sucks. You guys are heading off. You welcomed me on the show really with open arms, and I can't ever thank you enough for that. You guys were phenomenal with that regard. But you guys are moving on to bigger and better, right?
We absolutely are.
That's the plan. Yes, we're getting married.
Yay! Finally, I can.
Gross. And beyond all that, soon afterwards, we will be embarking on a year-long journey around the world. We are going to update her website, saralane.com, with videos and pictures and all kinds of fun stuff.
We're going to try our hand at podcasting. It's going to be really boring.
Yeah.
You know what to expect?
Then you're fitting right in.
Yeah.
Are you trying to find Carmen Sandiego, or is this just for kicks?
Trying to get our souls back.
Trying to find ourselves, Kevin.
Gotcha.
It's a
Good luck with
rediscovery kind of process.
LA will do that to you. Yeah.
We just, most people never get the chance to do anything like that or never do it. So we're gonna try and have a really good time for, for 13 months.
It's been great, you guys. Thank you very much for everything.
Well, thank you, Kevin.
Before we let you kids go, we actually wanted to take a little look back and revisit some of your, say, finest moments.
Oh boy.
How's that?
Live from the Tech TV studios in San Francisco, it's the Screensavers!
Welcome back to Fresh Gear. I am Chris Leary, and joining us right now, Moran.
If you're having problems with certain hardware you've installed, the first place to troubleshoot in Windows is your device manager.
Sometimes the nice part about talking on the phone is that the person actually can't see you. So you can do things like catch up on your reading or roll your eyes at that. Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, you look great.
Welcome to Orange County, California. We're here in Washington, D.C. at the Segway Fest.
I, Sarah Lane, once again, am about to blaze new trails.
There's going to be some hard liquor and some porn.
When do I get a gun?
Make segways, not war.
This is what you do when you make more money than those below you.
They shouldn't have printed it. But they did. Is that her being upset?
The guys at the Attack of the Show said, Brendan, we want you to go to Denver and cover a drinking festival. I said, I don't know, fellas. I don't know if that's for me.
My warp core is unstable. You should take command.
All glitz
glitz and glamour. I mean, I can't even go to the store anymore without...
Oh, okay, thank you.
Next time
thank
you go
you very
down
much,
there.
Pitbull. Christmas time means writing all over your passed out friends with a marker.
Who's Cody?
My boyfriend.
Is he here tonight?
No, he's working.
Really?
She got you.
Thank you, alcohol.
Oh, too much. I miss you kids. All right, yes, times are indeed changing. But while we're saying goodbye to Sarah and Brennan, we're also welcoming aboard our new co-host on Attack of the Show. You're going to see her starting Monday, Miss Olivia Munn.
Yes, hello.
Welcome, Olivia.
Nice. Thanks, guys. I'm so excited to be here. Sorry I never got the chance to work with you guys, but I know Kevin is awesome to work with, and I was just wondering if you guys have, any advice for me?
Yeah, hold him by the ears.
Oh, that hurts a lot when you do that.
That hurts me. I don't think I'll be doing that.
You know, Olivia, I just feel like you should kind of stay on your toes. I mean, Kevin he's a nice guy, but he kind of has a tendency to, is surprise the word? Surprise?
It is really the highlight of my day because I get to spend it with you, Sarah.
Oh, Kevin, you're the sweetest. You're a liar.
I'm a huge liar.
But you're sweet.
Yeah. I thought it might get me somewhere. Apparently not today.
Nah. What are you one-upping me? Just cut to the chase. Who deserves to win?
Oh, Becky O'Donoghue.
Thought she was already eliminated.
Yeah, but she's the hottest.
Okay.
By far.
Feed her the lithium and it'll all be okay.
That's all right. We're done. Surprise!
I was surprised.
Perhaps that wasn't the right verb.
Yeah, Olivia, welcome to the show. You kids.
Welcome. Have a great time.
It's been amazing.
Yeah, good luck, you guys. I'm
Thank you for
excited.
everything. Sarah, one last time, IRC. No, forget the IRC chat. Why don't you take us out?
Okay, thanks to our guests, Candice Michelle and Blair Butler. Once again, let's hear it for the Bangkok Five.
Yeah!